Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Bookmas. I'm getting rid of these two books. I actually think I am going to get rid of this because I've had it for so long. We're here at Books A Million and we're going to go browsing. So today is a video that I am so excited for. I've been thinking about doing this for a while now, and the first step of this video is to go through my entire physical TBR, and we're going to be unhauling as many books as possible, and then later on in this video I'll be able to go book shopping and get some books that are on my winter TBR. So I've been roughly on a book buying ban for a few months. I haven't been too strict about it because I haven't been very good at sticking to it, but for the most part I haven't bought any book. Like I can't remember the last time I went to Barnes & Noble or Books A Million and I just bought books, besides like when I just went the other day to get like Christmas books. But like it's been so long. I just want to be able to go there and just like browse and pick out books that seem interesting to me, but I can't do that until we knock the number of this down a lot. So I'm pretty sure I currently have 35 books on my physical TBR because I just filmed the second episode of my TBR takedown and we got the number down to 35. But I want to try to get rid of as many books as possible. So like if I don't think that I'm going to read it, or like if like a lot of time has passed when it's been sitting on here and I just haven't gotten to it, or maybe I really wanted to read it when I bought it but now I just have no interest in reading it anymore, we're gonna get rid of it. So we're literally gonna go through every book and be so realistic with myself, and we're gonna decide if I'm going to read it. Okay, so with that being said, let's start at the top. So most of these are gonna be kept, like Billy Summers, Call It What You Want, Nothing Like the Movies. This one actually, this is another Stephen King book. It's called The Langoliers. I think that's what it's called. I think that's how you say it. But I just like, I honestly don't know much about this, but I think it's science fiction, and even though I love Stephen King, and if I'm gonna love any science fiction book, it would probably be his, I just feel like he has so many books. I know he has so many books, and this is probably just not one that I'll ever be interested in picking up. Like I would rather read some of his other work before I read this one. So I think that I'm gonna get rid of this one. So I'm gonna keep How to Sell a Haunted House, but this is one of those books where if I don't read it next fall, it's going, because I wanted to read it last year, I wanted to read it this year, didn't get read. Truly Devious, this is a book I should get rid of because I've had it since 2021, but, or was it 2022? I don't know, it was 2021 or 2022, so it should be gone, but I just like, it's sad because I want to read this so badly, and that's why I'm gonna keep it, but like I've had it for so long, and it's just because like other things come up, other books come up, which is probably a sign that I should get rid of it. But I'm not going to. I'm gonna give it one more year, and if next September to October I don't read it, it's gonna be gone. Keeping this one. This one was actually sent to me, and I think, I don't know why, but I feel like it's more like a dark romance, or maybe it's a thriller. I don't know, but I honestly just don't have much interest in reading this. It's called Cross My Heart, and at first I thought it sounded really interesting. Actually, let me read the synopsis one more time. Okay, yeah, this just doesn't seem like something that I would be interested in picking up anytime soon. I feel like it's probably a really good book, but I'm just like not, I don't think it's necessarily for me, or like something that I'm gonna be interested in. And then we have Immortal Consequences. This is one of those books that I got from Book of the Month. If I don't read this in 2026, it's going. Now we can move down to our second row. Okay, we have a few hardcovers here that are gonna be impossible for me to take out, but all three of these books here, we have The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year, Any Trope But You, and Message in a Bottle. If I don't read any of those three books, I'd say like halfway through next year, I want to get rid of them. Except these two books, like these are like more like Christmas holiday themed books, so if they don't get read this holiday season, I'm getting rid of them. And then next we have By a Thread by Lucy Score, and honestly I really was excited about reading this when I watched, it was a long time ago, but I had watched one of Destiny's reading vlogs that she did with Haley and Sarah, and they were reading each other's 5-star reads, and this is one of the ones that Destiny read and rated it 5 stars. But I've never read a Lucy Score book, but I I'm sorry, but romance books should never be this thick. I get that it's probably good and it has a lot of details about the characters and their story and everything, but I just don't want to read a romance book that's, let's see how many pages, 548 pages. Like, I'm just not interested in that. I don't know. If I ever decide to read this, I will read it somehow. I don't know. I don't see myself ever gravitating towards this. So we have Meet Me at the Lake, Wild Love, It's a Love Story. Okay, these next two are gonna be a little controversial, and I'm sorry to anyone that I offend by saying this, but we have Daisy Hates and one of the other Daisy Hates books. I read Magnolia Parks a few months ago. I can't remember when exactly, but I rated it 3 stars. And I know that everyone says you have to like let this series like just build and you have to like just be patient with it. I don't have the patience, and I don't necessarily care enough to have any patience. And I know that this now follows like different characters, but when we got the snippet of Daisy and, was his name Christian? I think his name is Christian. I don't know, but I just don't care. Like I honestly do not care, and I'm sorry to those who I upset by saying that, but I really did not like Magnolia Parks that much. I was very intrigued and hooked, and like I couldn't stop reading it, but I did not like any of the characters. I, again, just don't care about their growth or anything. So I'm getting rid of these 2 books. Okay, this is one that I'm very back and forth on. We have Love and Gelato. I've heard such incredible things about this, and it's young adult and it's supposed to be like really fun and cute and sweet, and I think it takes place like during the summer in Italy, but like I didn't read it this summer because there were so many books that came out, like new releases and everything, and I was so busy reading those and just like other summer romance books and summer thrillers and stuff like that, so I just didn't get to this one. Would I really enjoy this like everyone else does if I read it over the summer? Like, is this just like one of those books where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna save it for one more summer, but if this next summer I don't read it, I'm getting rid of it? I feel like we may have to do that because like this one has so much potential. And next we have a few Book of the Month books. Book of the Month books, like I don't think I've ever rated one like that highly, if I'm being honest, and it has nothing to do with like the fact that it's from Book of the Month because they're literally just new releases, but I do have 3 here. So first we have Next to Heaven, and this one I think I am going to get rid of. I honestly haven't done too much research into this, if I'm being so honest, but when I first got this, there was talk on TikTok that it was written using AI, that the author used AI to write this book, and I don't want to read it. And honestly, like, I've had this for, when did I get this? I've had this since June, and I haven't read it. So I feel like it's safe to say that with the amount of books that exist in the world, I'm not ever going to read this. This one, I've had it since May, so I've had it for even longer, but the premise of this just sounds so interesting and so unique that I want to hold on to it for a little bit longer. So I think we're gonna keep this one, and then this one's actually on my winter TBR. The Second Chance Cinema sounds so good, so we're keeping both of these. Okay, so we got through another little section. So now we're moving on to the very bottom row. So I'm gonna try to scoot this back if I can, or just try to get you guys to be able to see it better. Okay, so first we actually have Beartown, which I just got because I want to read it this winter. And then I have like a few books, like random books that aren't like book talk books or anything. They were actually gifted to me by my cousin. So I want to like save some of these books because I feel like I want to do a reading vlog eventually, like getting out of my comfort zone with books or something like that. So first we have Nothing to See Here. This, I honestly forgot the premise of this, but it's really short. It's like less than 300 pages, and I just feel like it'd be a really fun read just to like get out of my comfort zone a little bit. And then this one is called The Jet Setters. This just seems like a fun like family like reuniting sort of like funny kind of dramatic sort of book. The cover just looks really summer, and I actually got these books from her at the end of summer, so I like didn't have a chance to read some of them yet, like during their prime time. So I'm gonna give them through this summer, and then if I don't read them, then we'll see what happens. But this one just looks perfect for the summer, so I'm gonna keep that one. And then this one was another book gifted to me, and even though it sounds interesting, like it's kind of just like you're following a group of female friends, I just like I got it a while ago and I just haven't read it, and I just don't know. Again, there's so many books that exist in the world that I want to read, and I just feel like, do I keep books that I'm like iffy about, or do I like read the books that like I'm so excited to read? Like, I don't know, like, you know what I mean? It's just like, it's hard to tell. So I actually think I am gonna get rid of this because I've had it for so long and I just haven't picked it up. And next we have two Ellen Hildebrand books. We have the Hotel Nantucket and the 5-Star Weekend. We're gonna keep both of those because I read one of her books this past summer and I absolutely loved it, so very excited to eventually get to those. And then this one, I have A Time for Mercy, and I actually think I'm gonna keep this one. Maybe eventually listen to it as an audiobook because I think it follows like a trial, like a murder trial or something like that. So it just sounds really interesting. So I think eventually I'll probably listen to this one. So we're gonna keep the physical copy, of course. And then we have Firefly Lane by Kristen Hanna. And then next I have The House of Eve. I think I've had this for 2 years now and I have not picked it up. And I don't read much historical fiction, so I feel like it has potential to sit on my physical TBR for a very, very long time. So I think I'm gonna get rid of this one. I've heard such incredible things about it though, and it's part of Reese's book club, which made me really want to read it, but I think we're just gonna get rid of it. And then this one is another one that I'm kind of iffy about, but I think I am going to keep it because I believe this is a historical fiction taking place in World War II, and I specifically really enjoy historical fictions that take place in World War II. It was always my favorite subject to learn about in history in school, so I am definitely gonna keep this and maybe listen to it as an audiobook. Okay, we have reached our final 4 books on our physical TBR. So first we have The Woman in Cabin 10. This, I don't think I'm gonna ever read this. I wanted to this past summer, but I just didn't get to it, and my mom read it and she said it was like okay, and my mom was the kind of person who rates every single, like almost every single book she reads 5 stars. So if she's not rating it very highly, and I know everyone has different taste, but like coming from someone who rates books like that, I feel like I don't have a very high chance of loving this. And there's so many summer thrillers out there, I don't see myself getting to this one. And then this is Behind Her Eyes, another one I was gifted by my cousin. This actually sounds really interesting. This is like a woman like finding like secrets and like trying to understand why this married couple acts the way that they do. So I think that this is like going to be really interesting, and there is a series, a Netflix series, so maybe that's something that I could read and then watch. And then this one's gonna surprise all of you, but like don't take this the wrong way. We're getting rid of Crown of Midnight, and the reason I'm getting rid of this is because I saw this on Book Outlet actually like a while ago, and it was like $4, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I have to get this, like I'm gonna collect all the books for like a really low price. What was I thinking? Like, why not just buy the box set? Like, yeah, it'll be like more expensive than getting each of them for $4, but like the chances of finding every single one of the books, like, it doesn't make sense. I actually put the box set on my birthday Christmas wish list, so I am getting rid of this one, but I do plan on actually reading this series. So it was such a waste of money. Like, why did I buy this to eventually get rid of it? But okay, and last but not least, this is actually on my winter TBR, even though I've had it for about 2 years now. We have Caraval, and I am very, very new to fantasy still. I've read very little fantasy, but this is definitely where I want to go next. I want to read this, and then I want to read the, what is it called? The Ballad of, wait, Once Upon a Broken Heart. Why was I about to say The Ballad of Songs, Words, and Snakes? Once Upon a Broken Heart and this one, like I definitely want to read these series. And this one just seems like really magical. Like, people say that this is like reading like you're in a fever dream, but like I kind of love that. Like, I want to find out what that's all about. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and reorganize this real quick, and then we can go and like get a head count on how many books we have left. Okay, so I kind of just like organized them. We have romance, and then it gets into fantasy, and then historical fiction, general fiction, thrillers, and like mystery, and we have nothing on the bottom shelf, which is so crazy. I can't even remember the last time that all 3 shelves weren't filled up. And yeah, the top 2 shelves are still very tight, but we got our number down to 26 books, which is just so crazy. Like, I'm so proud. Yeah, I only got rid of 10 books, but when you think of like the amount that I have left, like, I really did such a, like, I'm so proud of myself. Like, I am so happy that now I have like a more condensed TBR, and these are more like books where I'm like very excited about reading each of these. The next step in this video, like I said, is to go book shopping. And I know, like, what's the point of getting rid of a bunch of books if you're literally just gonna go book shopping? But if you watched my winter TBR video, there are some books that I don't own that I definitely want to read this winter time. So I just want to like get some of those just so that like I can have those on hand and we could just read through our winter TBR, because I really want to complete some TBR at some point, and I feel like the winter one is like the perfect one to do. We have December, we have January, and we have February to do that. So I just feel like I just want to get some of those books to have and start reading them so that we can make sure that we complete our winter TBR. I will see you guys when it is time to go book shopping. So yes, I am wearing the same sweater that I was wearing at the beginning of this video. No, it is not the same day. It's actually weeks later. And my TBR, I can't remember what number we got it down to. I haven't like watched that footage back yet, but I'm at 27 books on my physical TBR now. Was that what I got it to? No, that's not what I got it to. What did I get it to? I can't remember. But we're at 27 books now, which I think is so good. And we're about to ruin all of that. We just pulled up to Books A Million. But if I'm being honest, I don't want to get too many books. I just want to be able to like allow myself to get books, because I haven't allowed myself to go into a bookstore and browse books and just decide on the spot what I want to get. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going in for a specific reason. I just realized this car in front of me, their license plate is ARRRRRF. Like ARF. I'm here at Books A Million, like I said, and we're gonna go book shopping. I actually first was gonna go to TJ Maxx, and then I pulled up to TJ Maxx and the entire parking lot was full. Literally, there was not a single spot open. And could I have parked somewhere else? Yes. Was I going to go into that store when it is that crazy? Absolutely not. That is one of those stores where I feel like I have to get there as soon as it opens, or else I'm not going. Because listen, I have such bad anxiety when it comes to like going into stores in general, and then you fill up the entire store with like random people and I'm alone. No, absolutely not. And I've never even seen the book section in TJ Maxx, so I'm not even 100% sure that my location has one, so there was no way I was going in there today. So sorry to disappoint anyone who was looking forward to that, but we're here at Books A Million and we're gonna go browse and look. And my idea is to like mainly get books for my winter TBR, but again, I'm excited to just be here and to just like browse and like look at books and everything. And by the way, I just uploaded today, BOOKMAS Day 2 is my winter TBR video, so if you're curious as to all the books that are on my winter TBR and if you want some winter book recommendations, go to that video. But let's go book shopping. I'm back in my car and I did some damage, but shout out to Caitlin. She was so kind and she sent me a Books A Million gift card for my birthday, so I just spent all of it. Literally, books are so expensive. Literally, books are so expensive. Tell me why. I only got 3 books, and what was my total? Because I used the entire gift card and then I still had to pay $27. So how does that even make sense? I don't know. Books are just so expensive. That's why like I rarely go into bookstores and I usually just order books on Amazon, because if I didn't have that gift card, this would not be happening right now. Anyways, let's do a little book haul. So I got no books that were on my winter TBR, but I did get 3 books. I kind of just got whatever looked good to me. I went through the entire bargain section, and it's such a good idea to browse the bargain section, and I probably could have gotten a bunch more books if I actually read titles of those books. I was just looking for ones that I like recognized or books that were on my winter TBR, and I found this one, Famous Last Words, and I think I've seen this online before, but I read the synopsis and it just sounds really interesting. It's just like a woman wakes up to a letter from her husband, and then she finds out later on that he is like a kidnapper or something like that, or like some sort of thing like that. There's a whole investigation going on, and only she knows what his last message was to her, and I just feel like it's gonna be like a fun thriller. And then next, this is a book that I've been wanting to read for a very long time, and everyone loves this book. It is Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez, and I loved Just for the Summer, and this is like part of that series, and so I'm very excited to get this. And I've heard that it has like a really great anxiety representation in it, and so I'm really wanting to read it specifically for that. And then lastly, I randomly picked this up. I had no intentions of getting this book like ever, but that is The Love Wager by Lynn Painter, and I've only read 2 of her books, 2 young adult books, but she also has some adult romance books, and I'm pretty sure that's what this is. And this just kind of seems like our 2 main characters, they kind of like form a deal with each other to like help them get dates, and then they like meet up after they have like really bad dates and stuff like that, and then of course they end up together in the end, because that's how every romance book goes. But I try to be really practical with myself, and I only got books that I could see myself reading right now, books that I'm currently in the mood oh my god, why am I coughing so much? Only books that I'm currently in the mood for, and these 3 books are definitely books that I'm currently in the mood for. And I'm also going to be filming a 24-hour reading video within the next couple of days, and I know I have some like, oh my god, why am I like coughing? I can't even talk. Oh my god. Like, I have some thrillers at home that I'm going to be reading for that video, but I obviously want to break it up with different genres. I don't want to just be reading thrillers for 24 hours. Yeah, so this is my little book haul. I'm honestly really happy, and with that being said, that is actually the end of this video. I feel like one of my goals for 2026 is to do better at like not just like splurge buying books, because unfortunately I have the habit of going to a bookstore and just like looking at every single book and just buying every single book that I want to read in my life, instead of just like right then. I like forget the fact that those books will still exist when I'm actually ready for them, and I don't have to buy every single book at one time. And so I feel like doing that will just help me keep down the number of books that are on my physical TBR. That way they're not sitting there forever, and then I'm not just like wasting money on books that I just will end up getting rid of someday. By the way, I haven't decided what to do with the books yet. I was thinking of trying to sell some of them on like Pango Books or something, or like Depop, or I don't know where you sell books. Or I could even do it like through Instagram or something, and then like whichever ones don't sell, I'll give to my library or Goodwill or something. So just like let me know if you would be interested in that, because if anyone is interested in me selling them, I will do that. So just let me know down below if you guys would actually care about that, if you guys would actually want to buy the books that I'm getting rid of. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys are enjoying Bookmas so far, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye guys.